We played really tough against a talented Richmond team. Proud of the effort from our team on the defensive end. We were able to get stops down the stretch. One of our focuses that we were really excited about getting, we're trying to get stops in a row, right? Stacking stops. And really proud of the effort that we put in as a team. Played a ton of our players, right? Everybody came in off the bench and we're ready to go tonight. So I'm really proud of our effort against a really talented Richmond team.
I don't mean this to sound dismissive, but how did you do that? Because they came in feeling pretty good about themselves. A lot of their numbers were really impressive in a nation, not in the Atlantic 10. How do you pull off the upset?
You guys hear that? Odds against us, right?
Yeah.
We talked about it. Odds are against us. We don't have anything to care about, nothing to worry about. We're going to go out there, focus on what we set out to do. We're really big about being women of our word. We've been talking a lot about different things and as a team, and it was really nice for us to put it together tonight, one, against a talented Richmond team, but we also are coming off a loss, right? After you lose, you tend to have some extra motivation, most teams. And so just really, really proud of how we were able to do that. I think that we believed, to answer your question, you got to be able to believe that you can do it. And then we got some really big stops. There was one point where she made the half court, the buzzer beater going into the half, and we saw like faces like, man, like she made that. Nobody cares. No, we don't care. Even if that point counts, it ended up not counting, right? And then at the end, they made a huge three where we defended exceptionally well, but they made the shot, and we talked about it as a team. They're going to hit shots, right? We just got to get more stops, and everybody's got to look to score. And these two, 8 assists. 24 points. You talk about playing. They were out there doing it. So hopefully that answers your question.
Coach, we talked before the game, obviously Richmond, the taller team. We talked about being more physical and really getting after them. Taya, Irene, everyone just seemed to be going, especially crashing the boards, attacking the rim, getting high percentage shots. What did you just like just about the aggressiveness and just players hunting for their shots down low and taking advantage and being more physical?
Yeah, I thought that from a IQ perspective, we were really sharp tonight. This was probably the sharpest we've been all season from what we were looking for and looking to do, right? Being intentional about the drives and the looks that we were getting. And so from that perspective, when met with physicality, we've been padding in practice and, preparing for these moments. And I think that it was really great to see each of our players go in there, initiate contact. We had a few N1s, right? We had some things going for us from a physicality standpoint. It's amazing what can happen when you're aware of it and then you set your mind to be determined to do it.
Can we go back to the second quarter for just a second? They were hot. All of a sudden the lead was like 6-8. It felt like they were about to kind of take off and you stopped them. Does that in retrospect feel like the momentum shift that it was in the moment?
Yes. I'm telling you, we were talking about it and we were giving reminders to Taya as our point guard, giving reminders to them in the huddle about how important those stops were. So I definitely think that was a momentum shift for sure.
Irene, you had a season high in points. Most importantly, field goal attempts. It looked like you were a lot more aggressive out there hunting for your shot. You're obviously going up against two great defenders, and Addie Budnick and Maggie Dugan. Just for you, what was your mentality coming into this game, knowing that it was such a big matchup with the bigs that they have on their side?
I've been talking with Coach V that I need to be like stronger, finishing more with contact. So I've been working on it with all the coaches, with Coach Dre. He's been hitting me with the pass. So I just try to be stronger and getting that on one, even though they weren't like calling the fouls, or just focusing on finishing more and being stronger.
And just that last play of the game, Addie coming down, you're staying up, staying vertical. Can you just talk about that last play, just having to defend and seal that victory against Addie Budnick, who also had 24 points with you?
Yeah, she was playing great, so I kind of felt that they were going to go to her. So I was guarding her and I was ready for the ball to go to her, so I just locked in and played defense, basically.
She was physical. Got that stop her team needed.
Tay, what about you in terms of, you've been here for a while now, you've been in some big wins, but you were right in the middle of this game in particular. Do you think this is one of maybe your best game as a Ram?
Yeah, I think personally it's been my best game because I had a meeting with Coach B, and she was just like, you shouldn't care who in front of you. And today it just like made me realize, like, as I was playing, like, whoever in front of me can't guard me. So that was my biggest thing. And it just gave me to have a dog mentality. So I feel like it was my best game overall. Like, even on defense and offense. And I was just leading the team as best way as I could.
And free throws, right?
Yeah, that's been my biggest thing, free throws.
And Taya, you were obviously under the weather. You played 36 minutes though, and against a taller team, you were right there amongst everyone else, amongst the trees, getting after it. Just for you, how much do you relish those challenges when you're going against a team like Richmond and players like Rachel Olstrom, Allie Sweeney? How much pride do you take in making sure that they know who Taya Davis is too?
I just always think dog mentality. Like, I just feel like nobody in the nation can guard me. So, I don't care if you're 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm always gonna be a dog. That's how I feel.
Coach, what did you guys tell the rest of the A-10 about the Rams with this win tonight?
I think that we sent a message that it doesn't matter who we play. Doesn't matter who we play. Everybody just saw us lose to UMass, right? But everybody tonight just saw us beat Richmond, right? What matters to us is how we show up for the game. And I think that the league has to be concerned about how we show up for the game, right? If we're rolling on defense like we were, getting stops, being able to mix up our defenses to throw them off rhythm, being able to defend the 3-point line, right? That's a big thing in our conference. The A-10 is stacked. Every single night, we're going to face somebody that's talented and that can go. And so I think that they need to be equally as worried about us for the rest of this season.
Coach, you talked about the A-10. You got games coming up. Duquesne, GW at home. You got to go to St. Joe's, to Loyola Chicago. How important was this win to at least springboard you guys, knowing that the gauntlet is still ahead of you? It's going to be a tough sledding going into A to play. How important was this win to set the tone for what you guys can be against the better teams in the Atlantic County?
Yeah, I think that our focus is not changing, right? So we are only focused on how much better we need to get. Right. And so when you think about each game in and of itself, you focus on the next. You don't worry about the string because we have a tough stretch. And again, the league is competitive. GW just got to win too, right? Like, so we just have to focus in on our game plan for the one opponent that we have. We're not in the business of saving legs and being like, oh, I need you for the next game. No. We are living in the present moment, and everybody's fully exerting themselves for the team so that we can get the outcome that we set out for. And that's going to be our focus all season long, just because we gotta narrow our focus. Awesome. Thanks.
I'll throw it in there. So, obviously, all the talk coming into this game is how well they shoot from three, from the free throw line, from the field. You guys outshot them from the field. You outshot them from the free throw line. What does that say about you guys as a team? You could beat a team like Richmond at their own game.
Yeah, no, I think that it was our night. It was our night, and we're gonna try to have more of our nights. We're gonna try to have more of our nights. That's for sure.